Have lunch with me while I tell you about the bare minimum things that a guy does that you don't need to be impressed by. Opening the car door for you guys. Opening the car door or opening any singular door is absolute bare minimum, and he should be doing that immediately upon seeing you. Please do not use that as some sort of like, oh my god, he's such a gentleman, because no, he should have learned that like a long time ago. Like, that we should not be impressed by that. Like, that's absolute bare minimum.
Okay, this is a very important video. I want to just get right into it, but I titled this How Women Convince an Entire Generation of Men That We Should Pursue Them. And what this has done, or what this has done I should say, is this has created an entire generation of men who consistently give away their attention without even realizing the value that they have. And this is going to be a very deep video, okay? This is going to be very in-depth. And I promise you, if you stay with me until the end, this will change your life, because you're going to actually look at things from a different perspective.
Paying for the first date. Bare minimum, ladies. You need to feel worthy enough to accept a guy paying for the date, okay? He asked you, more than likely he asked you, so accept him paying for this date. Accept him paying for your time, your energy, your beauty. Your time is currency. And that's all you need to bring is yourself. So that is absolutely the bare minimum. And we should not feel so like, oh my god, he's doing all this for me, oh my god. No, you should be like, absolutely, this is exactly what I expect and more. Yes, accept it. Don't be impressed. Like, yeah, you're paying for dates. Like, what is this? I don't care if we're in the new age of 2024. Like, yeah, you're paying for dates. Like, hi. Hello. Good morning and good night texts. Absolutely bare minimum. Bare minimum. Oh my god. The fact that I even have to say this, that should be something as a standard that you should expect for any guy. If you're talking to them, they should be giving you that. It's pretty simple to do. If a guy is doing this, it is very simple for them. It takes no real effort, you know what I mean? You should expect that and expect more, of course. That's not like so hard for them to do, you know what I mean? I haven't even finished I've been talking because I've been so passionate. I haven't even finished my whole damn sandwich. I'm adding this. Coming up with somewhere to go for a date, okay? Planning it, the entire date, making a reservation, all of that is bare minimum. If he does less than that, what are we doing here? Are we dating a man? Or are we dating a bitch? I don't know. Are we dating a man if he cannot plan a date? You know what I mean? That is bare minimum. He should be planning where to go, what time, make a reservation. All of that is bare minimum. Is it nice? Of course it's nice. You can appreciate all these things that I'm telling you guys, okay? It's very nice, but it's not something to be so goo gaga over. You know what I mean? That should just be like very nice, but you also want this and more.
Okay, so let's start off over here. A lot of times women will say things like, if he wanted to, he would. Or if he had confidence, he would. If he had balls, he would. If he was assertive and went after what he wanted in life, he would come talk to me. He would do this. He would initiate. He would be a masculine man. Okay, and what has happened is all of those traits I just described, they've associated it with the word masculinity. So now what's going to happen is that if you feel that you don't have that, that makes you not masculine. Okay, but this is their definition. Okay, so keep this in mind. What I'm trying to say is this. That means that the label of masculinity is essentially earned only if you align with the traits that they claim that they want. This is the sneakiest thing I've ever seen. And this has happened over years, okay? I've never done a video like this. Yes, I do a lot of marker board videos, but I've never done a video like this. So just stick with me here. What are the traits that they will associate with masculine or masculinity? What are the traits that women associate masculinity with? They will say things like assertive, ambitious, protector, provider, okay? Bold and goes after what he wants. Notice how all of those things benefit them. This is what I'm trying to tell you. All of the things that they claim makes the man a masculine man is all of the things that they directly want that are going to benefit them. This is what guys don't understand, okay?
Buying you flowers. Buying you flowers costs like $5 to go to the store and get some cute ass flowers. Like, honestly, he can probably get the cheapest, whatever. You know what? F that. Fine, flowers, like, I think that he should be spending more on flowers, in my opinion, but the moral of the story is flowers are very cheap, okay? So that is bare minimum. He should be getting you flowers. If he's not even doing that, say goodbye. Say goodbye immediately. Like, what are you doing? That should be the first romantic gesture they should even think about, technically. Besides, like, all the opening door stuff, that should be the next in line. Like, hello? You have to really assess that. You do. Come on. Bare minimum. Complimenting you as a baddie that you are, absolutely. He should be complimenting your ass. If he's not, goodbye. See you later. You're lame-o. If he does compliment you, like, yeah, that should be, like, expected. You should compliment me. What else are you gonna do with yourself? You have a beautiful girl next to you. You should compliment and not be impressed. Just be like, you know what? That's so sweet. Because you already know it, right? You don't really need it, but it's nice to hear. But you don't need that. You don't need the male validation. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. Know that this is, like, not anything to be impressed by.
So here's what I'm trying to say. If he doesn't initiate, right, he doesn't possess any of these amazing things, is basically the frame that they're coming from, or basically the frame that guys feel as if they have to abide by because that's the narrative, okay? In a way, this is manipulation, okay? Because here's the thing. Since you want to take her out on a date, you instantly tell yourself, well, if I don't align with these things, that doesn't make me a masculine man. This is sneaky, okay? Because now, okay, to earn the label of a real man or a man's man or a real masculine man, okay, you must now identify with these traits that directly benefit all of them, okay? So men spent years not seeing how this gives away leverage. This is what I don't think that you understand, okay? If you look at all the value that a man brings to the table, protecting, providing, building, caring, okay, all of these things, you have so much value and you're completely blind to it because you think she's pretty. Okay, you think that the beauty has so much higher value or so much more leverage over you. And this is what you don't understand. Okay, so here's what I'm going to teach you. Every interaction in life is a game of leverage. Everything. Every interaction that you have with everybody. Okay? Men fail to realize this. So let's say you are at a job, right? Or let's say you are in your career and you work a job and you ask your boss for a raise. In this one example, okay, the boss has the leverage because you are coming to them. Now, do you have some leverage because you're doing work for that company? Yeah, of course. But in this specific example, since you are coming to them and you want something from them, the boss has the leverage. Think of it that way. If you are approaching a woman, what you're basically communicating subconsciously is she has the leverage in this interaction because you want that date. You want something. You want to extract some kind of value that will lead to the desired outcome you would like. Just stick with me. This will make sense. In this example, if you work a job and you ask your boss for a raise, the boss has the leverage because you are coming to them. Number two, let's say you want a brand new watch, right? Let's say a brand new watch just came out on the market. Okay, and everyone is saying how rare it is. Like, let's say there's only 5 of them made in the whole world. Let's just say that that's the example. There's only 5 of these watches made. They're luxury, they're designer, there's only 5 of them made, right? What this is doing is this is triggering scarcity because there's only 5 of them. Well, now when you walk into that store, you are willing to pay a premium because they are in demand, okay? So in this example, the watch store now has the leverage because you are coming to them, okay? And on top of that, they now have something that you want. So in both of these examples, you are giving leverage to the other person because you are coming to them. But see, point number 3 is where things get different. Okay, this is very different. Point number 3 is different. Let's say you are out on the street, okay, and a guy is trying to sell you something or he's trying to get you to buy something. You know, he's saying, hey, we're selling this. Come into the store, please, come into the store. Hey, we're selling this. It's a brand new sale for the holidays. Come in. You got to see this. Check this out. Well, look at that energy. In that example, that person, the salesman, is selling themselves to you. They want to get you in the door of their store. So in this example, this is very different because you now have the leverage as that salesperson is coming to you. Well, think how different things are in that example. They are coming to you, which means you have something that they want. In this example, it's your money. Okay, so you have to understand this. I think every guy has to understand this entire topic in order to really see their own worth or their own value. This is how women have successfully over the years maintained all of the leverage as men stay completely unaware of their own value, okay? So here's what's happened, okay? Women will oftentimes align femininity with the idea of waiting for Mr. Perfect to come along. So now what we have to do is we have to look at all of the traits that align with this femininity idea, okay? So the first would be like playing hard to get. Or women will say, don't pursue, right? Don't pursue, right? Let the guy play the guessing game. Don't initiate. Wait for him to ask you out. Okay? This is the whole idea. So what they are trying to do here is maintain the leverage to get you to come to them. Okay? So most women's game when they're dating, like, what is the strategic moves that they're playing? The entire game is really just to sit and wait. Okay, this is what you have to understand. At most, here's what will typically happen. Most of the time, if she has really high interest, she maybe will like smile at you or something. Okay? So that way you can hopefully read her mind, and that way you know to come and talk to her. What they will do is they will do everything possible to maintain the leverage by not communicating interest first. This is exactly what they do. They will do everything. They maybe will flip their hair in a cute way towards you. They maybe will smile at you. They'll do everything possible in order for you to say, hey, let's go out on a date. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, what's your name? They will do everything possible, okay? So when this happens, okay, here's what you have to understand. Now, what happens day after day, month after month, week after week, year after year, they can extract free attention, have all of the options, and make you initiate, even though you have all of this value that you don't see. Okay? So keep this in mind. This is what I'm trying to communicate in this video. Whoever is the one in pursuit is automatically at the slight disadvantage. This is in any situation in life.
Never ask girls out on dates. Let me explain. When you tell a girl you want to take her out on a date, or you ask her, can I take you out? I would really love if I could take you on a date. You are coming from a position of weakness, and it's setting up this frame where you're below her. It communicates that she's the prize, and she's basically doing you a favor by going on a date with you. Instead, what you want to do is you want to either invite her along somewhere with you, or you want to just suggest getting together. For example, you're basically going to tell her that you're going to do something, and then invite her along with you. Hey, I'm going to check out this new taco spot. Why don't you come with me? And whether she comes or not, it doesn't really make a difference to you because you're still going to have a good time either way. You're just inviting her to get together with you. That's a far more attractive way to ask a girl.
What I have found works best with how things are today in a social media world, okay? A very good way of looking at this is you have to raise your SMV, your sexual market value, until they exit the feminine covert communication and enter into overt communication, okay? If you raise your dating value high enough, they will approach you. If you raise your dating value high enough, okay, they will say, hey, I'd like to get to know you, or what are you doing this weekend? What are your plans? This will happen. I have seen this happen, okay? So what you really need to do is you need to redefine what masculine is and what it means for yourself, okay? Because let me ask you a question. What if your definition of it is to be assertive in life, but only towards your purpose in life and not towards the pursuit of dating? How would your perspective change? How would your perception change on the dating game? What if you told yourself, hey, I have so much value, I don't need to initiate? What if guys started operating that way? And I think more and more guys are actually starting to operate this way. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. They will pursue you if you are worth pursuing.
Today I wanted to talk about exactly how body game changed, my life, and it changed my perspective on everything. But yeah, one of the things I've noticed as well, guys, is you're going to become women's first priority, right? That was something I never was. I wasn't even the last option. Like, people do not realize this, but when it comes to like physique or like phenotype or the way you look, like, women have like a baseline, right? If you are below the baseline, they literally do not see you, right? So in their dating pool, they're like, yeah, I mean, I have all these options, right? Because they're focusing on like the top 1% of the men they want to date, right? So for example, if a chick likes bearded dudes with muscle and tats, then she's probably gonna like me, my homeboys, and my other homeboys, and she'll focus on us. If you're not in that, if you don't have like a clean cut, you know what I'm saying, you're not tatted with a good physique, then she's probably not gonna pay as much attention to you, right? But if she lives in an area where she doesn't see a lot of people like you and she reaches out to you via Instagram or something, you're going to be her priority, right? She's going to drop everything for you. Like, I didn't realize that until obviously I got in shape, because before I was in shape, I would hit up some chicks and I'd be like, hey, when are you free? They were never free somehow. They were just never free. It just, they had the craziest schedules. Their schedule was busier than any president, right? And then as soon as, I became in shape, they started reaching out to me. They started prioritizing me because, they know I put my physique together and they know that takes time and that takes dedication. So they respect that, right? They know that I have things going for me. They know that they see me posting on social media. They know that I have I'm doing this, I'm working as a nurse, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm staying in shape. So they respect me more just because of that, because they know I prioritize myself. So all of a sudden, chicks would hit me up and I'm like, yeah, I got this going on, I got this going on. They're like, well, I'll be free whenever you're free type shit. And I was like, really? All right. And then I'll put out like a date 2 weeks later and they would take off work or something like that, just to see me. So that's what happens when you have body game, when you're someone's type, right? Versus if you're just sloppy and lazy.
If men quit giving away attention, okay? If men quit giving away attention digitally and in real life, the dating game in the world would be very different. This is a food for thought video, okay? This is how women convinced an entire generation of men to be the initiators and approach, and this has been going on for years, okay? So what you have to understand is, as soon as you do that, you have given away some of your leverage. So this is why the word choosing signals even exists, because the whole strategy that they're deploying is how can I get the guy to pick up on certain things that demonstrate that I would like him to come and talk to me, is basically the subconscious narrative going on. But as soon as you fall into that exact game, they still have the leverage because you came to them first. So this is just food for thought, right? Is it possible to go out on dates and stuff by approaching? Of course it is. Is it possible to get a girlfriend or enter into a relationship even if you were the one pursuing first? Yes, of course. But this is food for thought. You have to recognize this.
Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.